All right, so elite media news. This is breaking just this morning. Just had to put it here in the show because it's delicious. Let's go ahead and put this up there on the screen. Report from CNN's Oliver Darcy. Morning Joe has been pulled from the air Monday because of the Trump shooting. MSNBC will not air Morning Joe, its quote, celebrated politics roundtable, opting to instead air continued breaking news coverage of the attempted assassination. They confirmed this decision to preempt its influential and top-rated morning show Sunday evening after CNN reached out to them. The network said that the show will resume on Tuesday. The decision by MSNBC to leave one of its most recognizable programs on the sidelines amid a seismic politics news-driven news cycle with the RNC underway is going to raise eyebrows. Now listen to this, because this is the delicious part. A person familiar with the matter told CNN that the decision was made to avoid a scenario in which one of the show's stable of 24+ guests might make an inappropriate comment on live television that could be used to assail the program and the network as a whole. Given the breaking news nature of the story, it made more sense to continue airing rolling breaking coverage and fraught political moment. Given the gravity and the complexity of the story, NBC and MSNBC have remained in rolling breaking coverage. As we continue, these networks continue to cross simulcast, alternating between NBC News and MSNBC, so there is one feed covering the assassination and the alleged attempt. Now, there is a lot to be said about that, but for one of the bosses to say, we don't trust our own flagship anchors not to say something crazy is an insane thing to admit. Because what you're really saying is that we don't want the potential criticism of our flagship anchors in the time when it matters the most. So if that's true, then why should we want them on the air at all? If they can't be trusted in them, this is the thing too about news, and this is something I've learned a lot about doing this business. We do this show basically, all the time, every day, etc. And we're on call 24 hours. And most of the time, nothing that important is happening. Like, we're bringing the people the news. It's not earth-shattering. But one of the reasons that you have to do that is because this is all about trust. This is me coming to you. I mean, I've been doing this job almost for 5 years now, that some of you have been sticking with us between rising and breaking points. You've been watching the show almost every single day. At this point, we have a relationship, right? And so because you stuck with us now through all the ups and downs, not just the big times, but in terms of inflation or, any times we pick random or fun stories or whatever, stuff that is going on. And you know a little bit about me, and you have trust in me, and you have trust in Crystal, Ryan, and Emily, and everybody else here at the show about this type of the things that we have in place to both check ourselves, to check each other, to look about what's going on here with the news, to report it to you properly. And if you hear any opinions, especially in a fraught political moment, you're gonna know they're well considered, that we're coming at it from the long perspective, and you could bake that in. And in fact, I would say it's times like now, I'm not gonna say you need us the most, but it's times like now where we feel most gratified because you have the most amount of wanting to know what the hell is going on. And we feel very, very fortunate that you're willing to put your trust in us at that time. In the bad times, the good times, and also in the medium and the downtime. So whenever you take somebody off the air, in a breaking news situation, at a time when news consumption is near an all, I mean, I don't have the data yet. I'm willing to bet this is an all-time high for just the last couple of years. If we take somebody off and you say you don't trust them to cover it then, that's actually an admission you should never trust them at all. That's really what I know the most about having done this job now for quite some time. And the sad thing now is I think they're right, is that they're obviously right, in that look at the way that Scarborough burned all of his credibility on Joe Biden, on saying he has, even more cogent than ever before, attacking the Wall Street Journal. And then 3 weeks later, admitting, saying, yeah, maybe Joe Biden does need to drop out of the race after they can't cover it up anymore. And then changing that, flip-flopping, saying, oh, no, he should stay. Mika Brzezinski saying, actually, I'm cool with him staying. But more so, think too about what's the story I just did, right? These guys, Dmitry Melhorn, these people are crazy. They think that Donald Trump and Putin staged a shooting that came within inches of ending Trump's life for political benefit. That's what they think in the immediate aftermath. Those are the type of people who are on Morning Joe. Remember Donnie Deutsch or whoever that guy is who claims that Trump is gonna come and kill him? They're nuts. Joy Reid, over at MSNBC, she's locked her entire Twitter feed after the attempted assassination. Why? What happened, Joy? What'd you tweet out there in the past that you're worried that people might come and look at? And I just think it's stunning. I mean, Lawrence Tribe, he's a lawyer. He's somebody who's been on a Morning Joe, elite Democrat, propped up all throughout Russiagate. He literally tweeted out, "You reap what you sow," after the attempted assassination on Trump. Now, listen, I want to say this too, because this is important. A lot of people are out there talking about unity, et cetera, like, oh, we got to tone down the rhetoric. And I don't necessarily disagree with any of that. But a lot of people are also doing the same thing that Democrats and the media did against Sarah Palin in the aftermath of the Gabby Gifford shooting, where they're like, oh, you said, Biden said something like, we got to put Trump in the bullseye. It's like, guys, that's bullshit, all right? He wasn't targeting Trump for assassination. This is just normal political rhetoric. Now, should it be that way? I don't know, whatever. But I've seen plenty of Republicans do that too. And when Sarah Palin put out a map, which had a quote bullseye over Gabby Giffords and targeting her for political defeat, that was not legitimate to say that she was trying to incite assassination. We are allowed to criticize each other. We believe in free speech in this country, especially here on this show. And that's not necessarily the grounds. But what we do know with the MSNBC situation here and taking Morning Joe off the air is if they were to say something inappropriate like that, it's more that they don't have the wherewithal to even understand the moment that they are in. And I think this should be a lesson for everybody. And hopefully, maybe send this to your boomer MSNBC relatives, the people who put their trust. If their bosses can't trust them to maintain their composure, to meet the moment, to deliver information in a timely and a useful manner to their audience when it matters the most, why should you trust them to do it at any time? And take that from somebody who literally does this also for a living. I would be mortified, if somebody, luckily I own my own business here with Crystal, so nobody can make the decision to take us off the air. But that almost makes it more important. We got to serve as checks on each other, ourselves, the staff, the production team, and others to make sure that something like this doesn't happen. This is actually an admission by the people who put them on the air every single day, whenever the time is, quote, not that important, that they actually aren't up for the job, that they are doing a lot of damage here in terms of warping the mindset of a lot of voters and other people who do trust them for information. And I would urge all of those people to reconsider that if their own bosses and the people around them don't trust them to not, quote, say something inappropriate in this moment, that tells you everything you need to know about what they're doing over there. Thank you, everybody, sticking with me for this emergency one-man show. Waiting on the news from about Crystal's kids, but I think the situation will be all right. And the two of us, plans withstanding, will be here at the desk tomorrow. There will be some programming notes about me later on in the week, but I'll leave that to later. I hope you guys stuck with us through the show. We really appreciate you, all the premium subscribers. We'll bring everybody the news from the RNC throughout the week. It's gonna be a big couple weeks here on big couple months, I think, here on Breaking Points, and for everybody, for the entire country. And we really appreciate you sticking with us at a moment and a time like this of fraught time. We appreciate you, we thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.